first day it's been raining all summer long. A lot of people don't know this, but in Seattle, like in the summer, it just never rains. So hasn't rained for weeks. It's the first time the temperature is dipping below 70 degrees and it's wet and nice. We're gonna take advantage of today. 西北小吃. So Northwest Eats. I hear the tofu is amazing. What? Our restaurant is temporarily closed, but the retail store is open. It'd be very sad if they're closed. So for breakfast, tofu pudding and a youtiao would be perfect. They don't have the salty tofu pudding, but they have the sweet one. And then I got some soy milk and some Chinese donuts. You know it's authentic when you're getting soy milk and dry tofu and tofu pudding from an alleyway behind a Chinese restaurant. The next place we're going to is not open for another 5 hours and can't really just go chill at a cafe somewhere anymore. So I'm gonna take this home because the auntie told me that the soy milk that I'll show you guys later, it's absolutely natural and they just made it. So I have to put that into the fridge right away because there's no preservatives in there. So I'm gonna get this soy milk in my fridge. That's my like priority one right now. And then we'll eat some breakfast and come back for lunch. And lunch is gonna be great. I'm really excited about lunch. Look how much you get for like $8. A big jug of freshly made soy milk, fried dough, and just a huge container of sweet soy milk. And if you guys don't have this, you need to get one. A Chinese soup spoon. Seriously. This? Yeah, no bueno, no good. Just not satisfying enough. Well, look how jiggly it is. Still piping hot, freshly made. This is traditional Chinese breakfast. Oh yeah. Oh, that is so good. That just tastes like a happy childhood. If you never had tofu now, the literal translation is tofu brains. You know, because brains are really soft. Because I think even calling this tofu pudding, it's insulting to how incredibly silky and gentle it is. You could eat this with a straw. In fact, but that's how silky it is. And if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, you can add some extra honey to this. I'm so happy with this. If you're in Seattle and you never tried tofu brains before and you want to see why zombies go crazy for this stuff, go to this place and give this a try. I can tell you right now, extremely authentic. This too, Chinese youtiao, crispy fried dough. So they make a salty version of this as well. They didn't have that today, obviously, but usually you dip it in the salty version, or you get it on its own. Now you can also dip it in the sweet version. No one's saying you can't. So what you can do is kind of break it apart and just toss it in. And then what I like to do is kind of squeeze a little bit so the air comes out and it soaks in a lot of this great soup. This goes so good with that soft brain. If you ever see a zombie walking up to you with one of these things, you better run. Wow. That is smooth. How you doing? I feel like if I drink something so smooth, I become smoother. So, it didn't work? Yeah. Oh, she gave me something else. I didn't bring it up. I think it's it might still in the car. I'll eat a little later. She gave me some tofu, like dry tofu. Anyway, still about 4 hours till lunch starts, so see you then. I just got here and there's like, this parking lot is full. I hope this is not, is everyone eating hot pot? Like, look, the whole parking lot's full. Oh, by the way, this is what the auntie gave me. This is dry bean curd and it's something I love. And they cooked it in 5-spice for sure. I love this. This will be even more amazing if I can bring some of this and throw into that hot pot. I'm gonna do it. It's cool. Everything is wrapped up in plastic. Does make me feel better about using this. So a little updated information. I came here because I thought it was all you can eat. They don't do that anymore because of the whole COVID situation. Obviously, it's really hard to do all you can eat restaurant, but I heard really good things about this place. I ordered a bunch of meat. It's raining outside. Perfect. Like I planned it. I knew this day was coming. I was checking the forecast and it said today was gonna be rainy, it's gonna be cold. Perfect hot pot day. So I got a plate of beef and lamb combo, and the beef just rolls out like you're unveiling a beautiful artistic scroll. Look at all the intricate patterns of fat, bright red lean meat in the middle. This is about as perfect of a slice of fatty beef as you can get. Oh. I'm telling you, on a chilly rainy day like this, the first bite of hot pot is just so many mixed emotions in that one bite. Broth is delicious, very spicy, numbing. And let me tell you about this. This is called a 9宫格, basically 9-section hot pot. And there's different reasons for this layout. Some restaurants, what they do is they put a different type of broth into every single one of these sections. What they do here is the same broth in all 9 sections. But what you would do is you would put the meat in the middle, because the middle is where it's boiling the most, it's the hottest, the meat cooks in seconds. And you put like your other stuff that requires longer cooking, kind of stewing, braising, and you put those on the side because this is not as hot. You just can let it stew. Again, I'm a dumper, so I'm just gonna put some of my shrooms, my wood ear. So it's pretty good. They put all the sauces in these little containers for you, and you can just mix it in yourself. Chinese barbecue sauce, garlic, sesame oil, house-made sauce. I don't know what's in here, but let's see. Hot oil. Plop of hot oil. Not too shabby. A little sour, and for vegetables, you don't want to cook it too long. I suggest if you come here, unless you can really handle your heat, do the minimal spice. This place, they ain't kidding around. Piece of the lamb, and this stuff will literally cook under 10 seconds. That's always my biggest fear wherever I go to a hot pot place. How thin do they slice the meat? Because that's gonna also impact the tenderness of it when it comes out of the pot, and this is paper thin. This pot is also great if you want to become like really territorial. If you go with like a bunch of friends and maybe some of them are dippers, some of them are dumpers like me, some of them are vegetarian, they want their own little section, you can kind of quarantine your food off a little bit. Like this could be the veggie kingdom, the meat kingdom, the middle where meat and vegetables could sometimes get together and have a good time. This is really pretty. This is the first time I've ever seen like these type of dumplings being used. These, I will put them on the side as well and just let them cook. Let me ask you guys something. Do you feel like a piece of beef that's already covered in chilies needs to go into a broth that's basically 90% chilies? If you said no, I really don't think we can be friends. I think friendship over right there. Friendship over. Of course, the beef covered in chilies goes into the broth full of chilies and into the dipping sauce that's also full of chilies. This is not even like chili inception anymore. This is like chili triception. Is there such a thing? Oh, that is tender, and that will mess up your throat a little bit. Tofu skin, some of my favorites. So far, everything. Soup base, ingredients quality, dipping sauce, everything's delicious. If you're not coughing up a storm after certain bites, you're doing it wrong. This is just full on internal heat overload there. Like after you eat this, you could go outside in the Arctic and probably last at least a day and a half. I told you guys back when I was in China, my family's so poor, we didn't really have any heat, so we had to burn coal in the winter, and my family would just make things like hot pot like this or noodles and just load it up with chilies, and it makes you feel not as cold. I mean, it'll hurt you later when you go to the bathroom, but better that than being cold. Oh, I think this dumpling is done. Yeah, that is definitely a homemade dumpling. And don't be afraid, don't let the outside fool you. On the outside, it kind of looks like a veggie dumpling. Don't worry, it's not. Full on good pork dumpling. Hot pot is definitely one of those things where you could be having the worst day, but when you're in the presence of good hot pot, you'll forget all that. Like, this is what I love about food is no matter how crummy the world is, when you bite into something delicious, at least for those initial few seconds, you don't think about anything else. I mean, some people go get massages, some people go shop, some people work out. This is my therapy. Helps with your sinuses too. All right, end of the meal, noodle time. Take some noodles, a couple pieces of beef, some wood ear, some broth, and some spiced up, delicious beef noodle soup. My favorite part of a hot pot meal is my final beef noodle soup. It's like a great series finale to the amazing TV show, where at the end, everything is tied together. Oh, totally forgot about the tofu. So this is the tofu that the grandma gave me this morning. I always say the end of a hot pot meal should always involve some form of slurping. Oh, crap, I still have so much I ate a lot of dumplings that were shaped like vegetables. That count, right? Yeah? I think so. Also, I ate a lot of beef, and cows eat vegetables. So by association, I ate a lot of vegetables or grass. You know what? I feel like this hot pot place should like work together with that auntie and just buy her tofu to put into their hot pot. This is great. 5-spice tofu dipped into the spicy broth. I don't think anyone will say no to this. Love eating hot pot on cold, rainy days. Can you imagine walking out here and the sun's beaming down, 90-degree heat? Oh, it's just miserable. You know what? I'm gonna create a line of masks that smells like hot pot all the time. So you can just be always hungry when you have your mask on. This is the place. I want a nice piece of pie. Get some hot pot, get some pie. Camera just fell. This is like the 3rd time it fell on the ground today. Like this time it smacked the ground, like the concrete smacked on the lens. You okay, baby? So sorry I dropped you. I think I got mad because I'm just eating all this stuff and it's not getting any. That tastes like fresh peaches. That's delicious. Like so delicious. Fresh peaches, cinnamon crushed, drop of Seattle rainwater. Oh, that is so good. I'm so glad you recommended that. I'm a sucker for anything blueberry. Heat it up in the oven, drop a scoop of ice cream on that baby. Let's go do that right now. There's one more place I want to eat at, but that needs to go into the oven and have a scoop of ice cream on top of it, just like right now. No wonder my butt was burning up. This light was on, it was in my back pocket. I was like, I didn't expect the hot pot to be hurting me so quickly. Some people ask me in the messages how I'm able to eat like all day. Well, here's the thing. Like I said, I don't have a lot of hobbies. Like I work out. I like going outdoors and doing physical stuff to stay in shape. I like watching super cheesy, super sappy Asian dramas and then making fun comments about them on my Instagram. And I enjoy eating. Like some people can go out and just spend all day shopping or spend all day going to a bookstore or sitting in a cafe. I like spending all day just going from place to place and eating. So to me, this is what a really fun day looks like. Okay, I was gonna go home and go eat my pie, but it's starting to rain harder now. So I don't wanna waste this perfect eating weather. So the place I wanted to go to is a restaurant someone told me about. It's called Looking for Chai, or I don't know who Chai is. And I don't know why so many people are looking for them, but there's 2 places called Looking for Chai, and apparently the one in Edmonds, which is pretty far from me. Beef noodle soup is a must-have. So, oh man, they're almost closed. Oh, so you don't have the beef noodle soup anymore?
No, we don't.
That's so sad. All right, thank you. I drove like an hour to get here. So happy this is not the first meal of the day for me. Otherwise, you might see me cry. Yep, I should have went home, ate my pie like I was supposed to. I drove 40 minutes and waited in my car for another 40 minutes. This is the amount of dedication I have for food. But the second Looking for Chai place, let's hope they have the beef noodle soup here. You have beef noodle soup?
Beef noodle soup?
Uh-huh.
Anything else?
I need to experience this beef noodle soup in all its fresh glory. Hokkaido milk tea. It's actually really good. They do put quite a few pieces of beef in here. Ah, this is nice. Look at that. A lot of tendon. I like that. Oh, I just washed this car. It's what I call a soup nami. Mmm. That's nice and beefy. Mmm. Try this with hot oil and vinegar. Wow. Even better. Add some hot oil and vinegar. Oh, that just highlights that great beefy taste. Noodle's a little soggy. Beef is a little chewy, a little tough. My favorite thing here is the soup. Alright, you know what? One more beef noodle soup. I feel like the last one, the soup was good, but the beef was missing something. So I want to end the day with a nice piping great bowl of beef noodle soup. So I found this place. This is a Guo. It's like a hot pot place. But supposedly their beef noodle soup is really good. I do want to order as much as possible and eat as much as possible just to support some of these places. And this is real fun. This is one of those dishes I absolutely love in Taiwan. It's made with stewed pork belly. Look at that. Kind of melty pieces of fat. It's supposed to be like this. Like the fat on here is supposed to just dissolve when it touches the rice. And that's why when you look at the rice underneath the top layer of meat, you're gonna have like sauce soaked through the rice. You can tell a really good bowl of this by how deep the sauce soaks. So if you dig to the bottom under the meat, if the sauce soaked all the way to the bottom, and this one definitely did, that's a sign of fatty, meaty pork over rice. It always comes with a soy sauce egg. This is basically umami packed egg. That egg is tremendous. That is excellent. That's one of the best soy sauce eggs I ever put in my mouth. I'm not saying I go popping soy sauce eggs in my mouth every week, but that's tremendously good. The umami flavor is explosive. Oh my God, that is amazing. Okay, let's try this. Let me borrow the words of the great William Shakespeare. I know no ways to mince pork it in love, but to directly say, I love you. This, best I had outside of Taiwan. The fat, it's melting like it should, exactly like it should, all over every single grain of rice. It's doing that thing where the extreme umami and pork flavor just expands and expounds as you chew. Taiwanese salt and pepper chicken. You said it'll definitely be better than KFC. The man is definitely right. But let me get back to this braised pork over rice. Flavor definitely soaked into that pork. And yeah, you really do need a spoon to eat this because it's too hard with the chopsticks to get every single element of this dish in one bite. Come here and get that. All right, I gotta try this beef noodle soup before it settles. See this? Thick pieces of beef. Look at this, look at this. Wow. Oh yeah. It's like a couch jumped in here and exploded. You already added hot oil. Wow, this is a beefy, super potent bowl of beef noodle soup. This is what I've been searching for. Oh yeah, dark vinegar. Extra chilies. That right there. This thing is so good, it's making me willingly eat my vegetables. This is the chef right here. Love your food. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'm sneezing. I am officially full. Yeah, I'm full. It was really sad when he was telling me business is down over 70% for them. And I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people around here. But they got amazing food. Go and get the braised pork over rice. Trust me, that dish and the beef noodle soup. And if you like fried chicken, Taiwanese fried chicken, theirs is really good too. Let's go home. Got some pies to eat. Hope I stop sneezing before then. Gotta switch to my stretchy pants. By the way, if you're in the Seattle area, this flavor of ice cream from Snoqualmie, the French lavender, get that. I don't know what I like more, the pie or the ice cream. Kid you not, this ice cream, one bite, you're gonna feel like you're walking a lavender field. Oh, that pie is so good. Fresh peach pie. Ah, too bad I'm leaving for New York in a few days. Well, one of my last food tours before heading back to New York. I'm leaving in 3 days, heading back to New York. No idea what's happening the rest of the year. Also, I told you guys last time, one of the main reasons I'm leaving is because I've been feeling a lot of anxiety staying here. I have like 30 bottles of hand sanitizer I carry around with me. I obviously wear a mask everywhere I go. I'm a little paranoid about this whole thing, but I feel like there's good reason to be. But like I said, first order of business before all that, I have to take care of something, and this is huge. I've been planning something for the last 2 years, and it's finally coming together. And it's gonna be a surprise. Obviously, I can't say what it is on the video, but it should be pretty exciting.